Hi, I'm Smriti, and today I'm going to start this very beautiful book, The Little Prince. It is by Antoine De Saint-Exupery. He was a French writer and aviator. Aviator is a pilot, and this is a very beautiful book, as I've been told. And together we will read and imagine things together. I won't be able to edit this video. I'll just make it however things happen. I'll pronounce wrong and right. I will correct myself and we will imagine things together. So I call this a very beautiful book because there are pictures in it. So it's very children style, but we will know by the end what it is like. And if you are watching this video, thank you so much. So let's start with the first page, which says, To Leon Worth. I ask the forbearance of the children who may read this book for dedicating it to a grown-up. My first and most serious reason is that he is the best friend I have in the world. My second reason is that this grown-up understands everything, even books about children. And my third reason is that he lives in France, where he is hungry and cold. He needs cheering up. If all these reasons are not enough, I will dedicate this book to the little boy from whom this grown-up grew. All grown-ups were children once, although few of them remember it, and so I correct my dedication to Leon Worth when he was a little boy. So we got to know that this is dedicated to Leon Worth, and he is his best friend. So I'm starting with the chapter 1, and you can see there's a snake, a giant snake, a creature. So let's see what it is. Chapter 1. Once when I was 6 years old, I saw a beautiful picture in a book about the primeval forest called True Stories. It showed a boa constrictor swallowing an animal. Here is a copy of the drawing. So it's a boa constrictor which is swallowing some another animal. The book stated, Boa constrictors swallow their prey whole without chewing it, whereupon they can no longer move and sleep for 6 months digesting it. I then reflected deeply upon the adventures in the jungle and in turn succeeded in making my first drawing with the color pencil. My drawing number 1 was like this. So this is the first drawing. And I showed my masterpiece to the grown-ups and I asked them if my drawing frightened them. They answered, Why should anyone be frightened by a hat? My drawing did not represent a hat. It was supposed to be a boa constrictor digesting an elephant. So I made another drawing of the inside of boa constrictor to enable the grown-ups to understand they always need explanations. My drawing number 2 looked like this. So now he drew an elephant. The grown-ups then advised me to give up my drawings of boa constrictors, whether from the inside or the outside, and to devote myself instead to geography, history, arithmetic, grammar. Thus it was that I gave up a magnificent career as a painter at the age of 6. I had been disappointed by the lack of success of my drawing number 1 and my drawing number 2. Grown-ups never understand anything by themselves, and it is rather tedious for children to have to explain things to them time and again. So I had to choose another job and I learned to pilot aeroplanes. I flew more or less all over the world, and indeed geography has been extremely useful to me. I am able to distinguish between China and Arizona at a glance. It is extremely helpful if one gets lost in the night, as a result of which I have been in touch throughout my life with all kinds of serious people. I have spent a lot of time with grown-ups. I have seen them at very close quarters, which I am afraid has not greatly enhanced my opinions of them. Whenever I met one who seemed reasonably clear-sighted to me, I showed them my drawing number 1, which I had kept as an experiment. I wanted to find out whether he or she was truly understanding, but the answer was always, it is a hat. So I gave up mentioning boa constrictors or primeval forests or stars. I would bring myself down to his or her level and talk about bridge, golf, politics and neckties, and the grown-up would be very pleased to have met such a sensible person. So this is the chapter 1. So we are done with the chapter, and we got to know about the narrator, who is a pilot, and he is telling us about his little drawings when he was 6 years old, and he read the storybook True Stories, which was about the primeval forest and about boa constrictors swallowing animals and then going into hibernation. So, primeval forests refer to the forests which are very ancient, very untouched, and there lies the very big snake who is swallowing the animals. So, the child is very fascinated about this particular information, and he draws these two paintings. So, when I saw this one, I did not think of it as a hat as the grown ups were thinking in the first chapter, which means I'm not a very grown up, but I thought of it as a jelly cake or something, or like a snail. And then I read the next lines and I got to know about the child's drawing. So, in this chapter, we got to know how he is referring to a child's imagination and about things, and how he's comparing it to the grown ups, that grown ups don't think like uh, like a child does, and they only talk about geography, history, and everything. And he is also told to not draw or do anything but develop interest in grammar, arithmetic, as we all are told to do. But he keeps these two paintings with himself even when he is a grown up and he is a pilot, and he sometimes shows his drawings to his colleagues or someone, but they are like, it's a hat. And he just says that I gave up mentioning boa constrictors or primeval forest or stars. तो ये बहुत ही प्यारी बुक होने वाली है, हमें ऐसे पता लग रहा है। और क्योंकि इसमें सुंदर सुंदर ड्राइंग्स हैं, सुंदर तो क्या बोलना, पर मतलब ड्राइंग्स हैं ही, तो थोड़ा ऐसे इंटरेस्ट बना रहता है। और ऐसे लगेगा एक टाइम पे कि ये तो छोटे बच्चों वाली है, पर ये छोटे बच्चों वाली नहीं है, क्योंकि इसमें हमें जैसे पता लग गया कि नरेटर तो बड़ा है, वो पायलट है, वो छोटा बच्चा नहीं है। तो पर उसने अपने अंदर का छोटा बच्चा भी रखा हुआ है, जैसे कि वो अपनी पेंटिंग्स अपने साथ रखता है, और वो भी देख रहा है कि क्या जो ग्रोन अप्स हैं वो उनमें थोड़ा बहुत है बच्चा वाला, थोड़ा दिमाग बचा है कि नहीं, वो तो दुनियादारी में फंस गए हैं। तो जैसे एक बहुत ही सुंदर हमने पोएम पढ़ी थी 11th या 12th में, जो कि थी कि वेयर डिड माई चाइल्डहुड गो, या व्हेन डिड माई चाइल्डहुड गो। तो थोड़ा वैसा सा होने वाला है, तो लेट्स रीड इट टुगेदर। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग इट, बाय बाय।